Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode here on the Hermitpack server playing some modded Minecraft 1.10, oh yeah. And in this episode we're going to be checking out something called Quark. Quark is a mod, possibly one of my favourite in the pack, that is like an extension of vanilla Minecraft. You guys know I love my vanilla Minecraft, and so this is a mod that I am definitely interested in. Now I want to finish the exteriors of our building today, and in order to do that we're going to need some things from Quark. So I thought what we would do is focus on that mod. So in this video we're going to go through like many of the different things that are in Quark. It's going to be very interesting, and also I want to show you something that I've done to the building. You may have noticed it already. We're going to walk around a little bit. Do you see it? The windows at the top are different to the windows at the bottom. These are now indented thanks to a mod called Chisel and Bits, and at the end of the video we're going to go over that and I'll show you exactly how we did this, but it's extremely cool. It's the sort of mod that opens up a world of possibilities, and one of those things is for us to take a regular block and then indent it on a wall like that, which adds a nice level of detail. If we go into the inside though, you'll see that it's not a glass pane. These are now flush with the wall on the inside, which I actually really like, and we could possibly change it so that it wasn't quite flush. You know, there's a world of possibilities going on here. Anyway, the interior of our building, we'll probably do that in a future episode, but I have started a little bit of work on this place. I've been moving my chests inside here, and they're all a jumble. They're terribly organised at the moment, and there's something really cool that I want to show you, which is an empty sack of holding. Now, whenever I mention anything in this game, remember that you can search it down here and learn how to craft it. So you shift-click on a chest, you pick that up, and then you can place it back down somewhere else, which is just ever so convenient. So we've moved our chests into here. They're an absolute jumble, and I've started work on a storage area down below. Now we've got some paper walls here on the side which look fantastic, and then we've got our first little bit of things from Quark. All of these chests are from the Quark mod, and as you can see these ones are made out of jungle. We've got dark oak, and basically there's a chest for each of the other wood types, which is really cool. But I probably don't want to use this from my storage system, so in the future we'll probably look into something like this. This is from another mod, and it's just a crazy block that can hold loads of items. I'm not going to get into that today. We're going to start off simple and do the more complex stuff later on. So just one step at a time is the pace we're going to go at here. Now there is one more thing I want to do before I prepare all of the Quark stuff to show you, and that is to open these weapon cases. This is from the weapon case mod, and it was designed by Iskall and written by Wintergrave, I do believe, and it was part of the Hermit Quest. If you saw that, was it called Hermit Quest? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. Anyway, what we're going to do is right click on this, and oh, it did. Oh, hi. Okay, that went there for some reason, and you saw it was like rolling through all of them, and we get this thing right here. So it provides us with haste 1. That's amazing. You're telling me we're going to have haste on us now, and we put it in that slot there. Can we put it in that one? Right, so we got 2 ring slots, and now we just have haste round the clock. That is absolutely amazing. Oh, I'm really pleased with that. Haste is a good enchantment, of course. We can mine blocks faster, which is fantastic. Right, now let's open the weapon case one. Okay, that moved over to this slot. And what does it look like in F5? Oh, wow, that looks crazy. Hey, that's a wonky looking sword. That's like a Saab, isn't it? A saber, even. Quality flawless. That sounds good. Rarity common. Attack damage 9. Oh, it's better than our current one. That's sweet. But it has... Oh, no, actually, it's sort of the same. I'm not sure. There's 2 different stats for attack damage. Oh, you know, the mod pack is brand new. There's things that need to be tweaked and changed. I'm going to use this one for now and see how we get along with it. It looks cool, though. Anyway, as I said, let's prepare all of that Quark stuff. So I've laid out some of the Quark blocks here, and as we go through them, we've got to keep in mind that we're going to be doing building in the future. We're going to be building a base in the desert, and I'm thinking that the theme for that will probably be yellow and green. There's a block that I'm going to show you in a bit that I absolutely love, and one of the things I think is good to do is to actually, you know, look at the blocks in the game, because you learn more about them. For example, this sugarcane right here can be placed in different directions, and you also break it with an axe, but it comes in all different types of varieties. We've got stairs, slabs, and walls, and I've got to say, I feel like this texture is okay. Not too keen on that one, and I don't think it's the prettiest of blocks, but you know, you can turn your sugarcane into building blocks, which is really cool, very vanilla. I like it. Now this right here, I adore. These are some new sandstone blocks you can get your hands on. This, I believe, is the same as one of the ones that's sort of in the game. If you know how to use give commands, you can like use damage values and get extra blocks in the game, although, you know, Things change in this game over time, and somewhere down the line they sort of patched all of that. So you might recognise that texture. It's the smooth side of sandstone, and then we've got like sandstone bricks over here, and I've got a feeling that I'm going to be using these in my base. You craft these out of sandstone, which is pretty cool, nice and simple, straightforward. Over here we've got the double slab. This is another one of those textures that you could sort of hack into the game, so to speak, and that's been added in. That's fantastic. Got to use that at some point. Over here you can see that we have some stairs and some walls for the andesite and diorite, and you'll find that this has been added into the game for a lot of things. There's a few of them here. There's even more slabs and stairs, like andesite slabs, so a lot more variety there, which is really cool. Now, this texture I think is fantastic. Again, one of those ones that you get in with cheaty commands where it puts the log texture on all sides. The only disappointment with this is unlike the sugarcane over here, you can't rotate it when you place it, so it's always going to face in the direction that you see right here, regardless of which way you face it. Now that's just made out of 4 like logs like that, which is really straightforward. I like it. And then over here we've got something made out of slabs that you can put together, and again you can't rotate the texture in different directions, so you're stuck with that, although I don't think it's as much of a big deal on this one. And basically, like I said, made out of slabs for all the different wood types. They're actually on the second page, aren't they? This is so cool. I love all of these. They fit into the game so well. So this iron plate costs 8 ingots to craft, and you get 24 blocks, which is pretty cool. You can make stairs and slabs. Not the best texture ever, but something that you could use in an industrial theme for sure. This next one though is without a doubt my favourite texture right here. We're going to be building a base in a desert, and I've been thinking about what palette we're going to use. This looks really good next to sandstone in my opinion, and I think it might be what we end up going with. And now what's cool is it's really easy to make. It's called Midori, and you make it out of cactus dye, which is just fantastic. That's why we've got a little cactus farm right behind me. Then over here we've also got what is known as, I believe, polished stone bricks for your diorite, your andesite and your granite, all the different types right there. And also in the game there is basalt. This is added by Quark. This is the regular texture here. I think the idea is it's sort of complementary to these three. It's another type of stone, and these are the polished ones right here. Very clean, very dark. I do like. However, there is another dark texture in the game that is a little bit better in my opinion. This one over here is charred nether brick. You can see just a little bit of that red poking through, but very dark, kind of similar to Iskal's texture pack actually, and I'm really a big fan of that. However, the crafting recipe requires fire charges, which I got a load of from raiding pirate ships, so that worked out okay. That wasn't too bad. Over here we've got thatch, and this is another very cool material made out of wheat, similar to the hay bales, and these would be great for roofs. However, you can't really rotate the direction of the texture. It always just sort of goes across that way, which I don't think is a big deal, because from a distance, when you're looking up at a roof, it's probably not going to make too much of a difference. We've also got some bookshelves as well. That's something I did up here in our little enchanting station. To make it look more interesting, I put in the different coloured shelves like this, but I think the top of it looks a bit naff, so we'll probably put some carpet on top of that or something like so. And each of these have their own texture on the side, which look very cool, and in my opinion just fit into the game ever so well. You'll see we're also able to make a load of different bed colours. You've also seen the chests over there. We've got a white bed right there, so depending on what wall you use, you get a different coloured bed. I love all of this stuff, by the way. I feel like this is just stuff that would fit directly into the game. And then last of all, I haven't seen this one yet, the charcoal block. Let's place this one down. Yes, and this one you can light, by the way, and it will stay on permanently, just like netherrack. So it won't be too much longer now. There are quite a few things at the end of this mod that I can't actually craft yet, but look at this, man. Leaf carpets. I mean, that's just amazing. That's going to be so good for your organics. Over here we've also got the paper wall, which you've already seen. I really like how this looks on its own, actually. Oops, I shouldn't have put that there. Like this, just one by itself. Nice little support strut you could use for a building. Then we got the trapdoors. These are what I think we're going to use over on our building. I reckon these dark oak trapdoors might just look amazing because they've got glass in them. Kind of makes me feel like they're a shutter for a window, so they might look good next to what we've got going on over there. And there's just all the different trapdoor varieties. These are just things I really feel like should be in the vanilla game. So that looks pretty cool. I like it. Except the window's 3 wide, so it sort of feels like that would never cover the middle, but possibly that's what we could put alongside these windows. Looking real good here. So what have I missed. Aha, yes, we've got coloured item frames. Just such a good idea. A way to give you so much more detail. You can see that over here. But down the bottom here, explosive arrow and torch arrow are two things I really like the sound of and I want to know about. So we're going to start off with the torch arrow. I believe by putting it here we're going to shoot it first. And I'm thinking what this is going to do is place down a torch. So let's aim it at that little space. Yes, a torch goes down onto the ground. That's extremely cool. And then an explosive arrow, which is made with 2 pieces of gunpowder, I reckon is going to make an explosion. That's way bigger than I thought it would be. That's extremely powerful. I like that a lot. Oh, that was so cool. Love it. So there's a bunch of other cool things that I missed as well. There's so much in this Quark mod. So if you've got a boat, you can attach a banner to it, which must look amazing when you're sailing along. I really do like that. You can also right-click on stairs as well, and then you'll be sitting in them. Hi, why didn't that work? It did say you need an empty hand. Do I need an empty hand there as well? Yes, I need 2 empty hands, and then I can sit in this seat. Amazing stuff. Another thing you can do is plant crops with a dispenser. So if we power this thing, down go the seeds. That's going to be amazing for vanilla redstone automation. And last of all, you can put items into a chest without opening it by pressing this button because, you know, we're near this chest, which is really cool. It's the same as if you press this button right here. Not all of the functions here work. You're supposed to be able to favourite items by pressing Alt, which seems to throw them on the ground, and then that would keep them in your inventory rather than putting them in here. So this one simply takes out items that it can put onto a stack in your inventory, so that can be extremely useful when you just want to open a chest and refill what's in your inventory. So we didn't get to cover everything in the mod. It's early days and I don't have all of the materials, so I was thinking maybe at the end of the video we'd go into creative mode on like a little world that I could set up and just show you the last of the things, because some of them look so interesting. I can't wait to get access to them later on. As of right now though, just changing this over to stone bricks because we've got a trim going all the way around, and then I just noticed it's missing over here, so just correcting that. And also I've made some tweaks and changes around here. You will see that we've got whatever this thing is called. I'm sure many of you are going to let me know in chat. In fact, I've built these before on houses. I'm pretty sure people have told me what they are, and I just forget the names of them, but they're like those little boxes outside windows where you can put plants on. So we've got the paper walls and the dark oak trapdoors. It looks alright to me. I think it really fits the build, but I'm not 100% sure on the shape. If we come around to this side, we've got the flowers on top, we've got grass up there, and look at this, spruce trapdoors. I thought this wouldn't look so good because of the ring and it repeating over and over again, but actually it looks pretty snazzy there, so I like that. On this side you'll see I'm waiting for the grass to grow down, and then we'll have another one there. They look pretty cool on that side of the building. If we go further around though, it's back to the paper walls, and over here we've got birch trapdoors which really look great alongside those. That's really awesome, I love that. We're going to put that on the top floor as well. And then something else that you may or may not have noticed is this. We've got the bark walls, I think they're called. Yes, oak bark wall, and we've got little mini torches on top of them. So these are really cool. They're like the quarter of a size of a normal torch, and they allow you to just put torches on the building without it taking up too much of your eyesight. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot less noticeable. They're just a bit more subtle, and it looks really good. So that's going to be what the walls are like. We will finish whatever it is we go with, going up to the top and all the way around, and then we've got to focus on the garden outside. So I want to put down some bone meal, grow some flowers and tall grass, and then I want to have a bit of a border as well, and this is what I've come up with. To me, the andesite pretty much looks like stone bricks, so there's not too much of a difference there. And the bark I like, but it feels like there's too much of it, and I realised we've got the same texture on all the sides of these blocks, so we need to change it up a bit, and I feel like doing something like this looks a little bit better, but perhaps we just need another texture here altogether. These will then become like little squares. You can see we've got one here at this height. Then it's going to drop down by 1 block. We'll have another square marked out with a wall, and then it will go up again. It will go up again over here, and basically I want to have like a path that goes around through all the flowers and that go up and down around the building, which could end up looking pretty interesting, I think. We've got a beautiful looking base here, and I really do like how this is coming along. These walls though, I've got a feeling we're going to change these materials. It just isn't quite working 100% for me. Maybe as we discover more in the game, that'll make sense. They also got the little torches on top of them, which by the way emit less light, which makes a lot of sense. And oh yeah, you can see it straight away. You're probably like, wow, how have you done that? It's amazing, isn't it? It's absolutely brilliant. Just adds a whole new level of little detail here. I think I would actually really enjoy this area if the grass texture went all the way down the side, especially on those blocks. Maybe that's something we could do with a resource pack. I don't know. I'll have to look into it. And, oh, the slimes are dropping down again. This happens all too frequently. We've got to get away from this area. So what I've done is what you see in front of me right here. We've got the birch trapdoors up the top. That's just on these two sides that it's set up like so. Around this side we've broken into something different where we have the spruce trapdoors. I was thinking it looks like they need something up there as well. Maybe we can try some spruce trapdoors. We also need to finish the roof. I built a little roof here and I've got to say it doesn't look very good, so I need to go up there and change that. But what I'm going to show you how to do right now is create blocks like this. And the level of detail you can go into this is absolutely crazy. Let's say you wanted to walk into your base and have a little mini statue of your player. You could do that. You could make it. You know, you'd want to use a neutral texture like stone because I don't think you're able to color it. Anyway, let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to make a little bit of a mess here. Let's pick a block. Let's go with the birch wood. We're going to place that down on the ground, then we're going to go to this right here, the iron chisel. So this is from the Chisel and Bits mod, and you'll also need a chiseled bag as well. As you can see, there is like this shape, which is the same that we've been cutting away these blocks, and it's the same way I did the windows as well. So what you can do is scroll through and choose different sizes. Now I like these because they're snapped to the grid, which is pretty cool, and that one goes even smaller. But you can do things that are basically, look at that, like this thing, I don't know how many blocks that is, 16 by 16 all the way down. Every single little bit of this you can edit. And I'm just going ham. We're going inside the block. This is what it looks like inside a block, peeps, and all of that is being rendered. It's detailed. It's mind-blowing what you could do with this. Anyway, let's go and you can draw a region, show you some of these other ones that you can do. Large cube. Now this one doesn't snap to the grid, as you can see, so you can just boom and take those out of there. It'd be so easy to make something that looks like a cupboard with this, wouldn't it? Then you can do the small cube like so, and we've got the connected panes, so you can take away an entire slice from the side, and there's loads of them here. Just play with it yourself and investigate it, but it's the snap to grid cube size that I like the most. Let's find that again. Aha, there it is. Fascinating stuff. Anyway, these create tons of tiny little bits that will end up in this bag. We've also got one there as well. This is from some other chiseling that I was doing. And I'm just going to get rid of the entire thing now because it's a mess. There we go. Excellent. And all of that's gone into this bag. And then what you want to do is just delete up here like that. There might be a way to craft them back into a full block, but that I'm not too sure about. So let's focus on these bits over here where I said I felt like they needed something up top. What we're going to do is pillar all the way up there. We're going to use birchwood since that's what I've got available. I'm going to show you how I did the windows. So you've probably sussed it out by now. We are just going to the grid, snap them out like that. And that's going to give us a lot of blocks. If we do this a lot, you'll see loads of them fly out onto the ground. So you've got to remember to empty this chisel bag quite frequently. And now what we're going to do is add some of the trapdoors. Now, because this has a right-click function to it, I'm not sure if it's going to work with this mod. Oh, it's not, is it? Okay, so we can't use the trapdoor up here. I was planning on leaving like a little border just across the edge here, but I think I know what block would give us what we want. Okay, it's night time. We need to be on the lookout for an Enderman, and Endermen are different in this. I died to one quite a few times earlier. Seems like they can attack you from a range and also make you teleport, which makes them deadly. Looking at the minimap, we've actually got one over there in those trees, so I'll go and seek that out in a minute. But first of all, I'd like to show you what it is we're going to do. We will put down the carved spruce wood like this, and then we're just going to hammer away at it. Look at that, that's going to be perfect, isn't it? We're also going to cut away that there. Okay, now here's where we go into territory I haven't done too much with before. We're going to chop it all the way like that, and that little bit there, and just leave that tiny little line going all the way across. Just occurs to me as I do this that there's actually an item in the game that is this shape, so maybe I'll do that instead and save us some hassle. But a little line like that, maybe something on the sides as well, I'm not sure. I feel like that's what these top windows need. And as you can see, we've filled up a lot of the chisel bag. It's Night of the Living Dead here, and I found the Enderman, and now I'm going to die because I'm trapped. Oh dear, what have I done? Oh. Well, that all happened too quickly. I looked at it before I had an escape plan. Okay, taking care of the roof, I think that's going to look pretty good, right? And here's me pillaring up like this when I'm forgetting that we've got the slime sling, although I found that it's actually pretty difficult. You are a meanie. He's been around here for a while, he's got a good sword. Basically, if you aim yourself like this, you're going to bounce and continue going in that direction, and it's quite hard when you're trying to get up there and, you know, you go off into the distance. That looks really cool! Yes, that looks awesome. We're needing some of the alabaster up the top there, and then that bit will be done. I kind of wish that was like indented a little bit more, but I think we'll leave it at that. That looks really, really cool. And check this out over here. I put some trapdoors on, and I think they look really cool. We could put some more around this side, but the problem is, where you have a little corner bit like this, you don't get to put the trapdoors on, although you could do something different. And same right there as well, actually, on that side. But it's looking cool, it's coming along, we'll try things as we go, and now I've gone round and I put in our leaf carpets, our leaf blocks, some grass, and what we don't have is a lot of options at the moment. I also don't have a lot of options for lighting, so there are torches scattered around, and I've used up the last of my bone meal on here, so we don't have things like ferns for detail as well. And there's a guy on my heels here, we've got to do this quickly. Got to watch out for them. I don't really have a good armor situation going on at the moment, as you can see. I did say we'd check out some more of Quark in creative mode, so here we are. This is the Blaze Lantern, a lovely animated texture. It's also a light source. Its crafting recipe is sort of like the Sea Lantern, except with blaze rods and blaze powder. Then here we have hardened clay tiles. Really do like this texture. Here's the recipe. Nice and simple and straightforward, and you can make some stairs and some slabs with that. And you can see you've got each of the dyed types as well. Personally, I feel like the saturation or maybe the brightness could be a little bit stronger here, but I do like that it matches the colours in vanilla, and that texture is very, very cool. We go over here, you can see that we got snow bricks, not something I expected to see. There's the crafting recipe for you. Simple and straightforward. It's always what you'd expect it to be, which is what I really like, keeping it nice and vanilla and simple. We also have sandy bricks, that's the one. And how do you craft these then? Oh, there you go, sand and bricks right there, which is pretty cool. Missed that one earlier, probably could have made some of those in the vanilla world. Then we have this stuff that will probably be found in the ends, the ender bow title, or bow title. Wow, I can't say that without throwing an L in there. Biotottle. What is going on with me, hey? Anyway, this stuff will probably give you the ingredients to create these over here. Again, let's check the recipe. Yep, that's probably what drops. And this is extremely dark. If you can't see it, there is like a lighter tint around the side. It's slightly bluish. We've got basically the equivalent of quartz in black here with a little tint of blue. And you've got the pillar blocks, which can be placed in different directions. You've got slabs, stairs, and the wall as well, which is really cool. There's also all of the different bed colours for all the different types of wall in the game. I put a few down here for you to see. Straightforward stuff. And now we can get to the redstone. This stuff is really cool. So this thing right here made out of purple blocks. What we've got to do is toggle the rain because it's a weather detector. So when it rains, it comes on. You can also invert it as well. So it's going to be off now. And again, pressing the wrong button. When we turn the rain off and it's no longer raining, of course, because we're in a desert, it just gets overcast. The redstone comes back on. Then this is just a lamp that's always lit, which I really like. You just craft it with a torch. Very cool stuff, because sometimes you want to place these in places where you can't power them very well. Now this next one you're going to love. Oh, isn't that amazing? That's the best. That's the absolute best. I cannot wait to do some vanilla redstone, make a door or something, and just like look at this to open it and then walk through. That's going to be extremely cool. Here's an obsidian pressure plate. It gets activated by the player, not by other entities, which is very cool. Then we have some note blocks with mob heads on them. Ooh, you hear that? Ow. I knew that was going to be very loud. It always is. Zombie groan. Skeleton rattles. More skeleton rattles. Does it do it for the player? No, it doesn't. I had a feeling it wouldn't. Right click to edit me, okay. Oh, that's good, isn't it? So you can right click on a sign and edit it. Now when it comes to banners, there are more things that you can use. So you can create this with a dragon's head, which I think is extremely cool. Eye of Ender. That I'm sure is a bug, because in the picture it showed a sword going down, not the same icon as that's there. So that's really kind of weird, but it made me think, wouldn't it be cool if you could just put any old item onto a banner and it would just put the icon of it there? That could be pretty cool. and then you've got this shield right here. Something else I want to show you is this elytra. It is dyeable. Apparently you can dye it over and over again. So that kind of looks like default, not white, doesn't it? Maybe bone meal like cleans it. And if we put it there, will it go pink? No, that just sort of sends it back to normal. Anyway, when I equip these on me, because I've got a cape, it kind of overrides it, so you don't get to see the dyed one, which is unfortunate. And last of all, there is the ender arrow. It does exactly what I expected it to. It's going to work like an ender pearl that you shoot, which I think is just extremely cool. And that is going to be it from me. This one, if you have enjoyed it, please do leave a like and let me know what you thought of the episode format. Tried to do a little bit of a sort of mod highlight, show you all the things in a single mod. If you want to see more of that, of course, let me know. If you didn't think it was that great, then, you know, just let me know what you think, because I want to do what you guys want to see, if that makes sense. Anyway, that's it from me this episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.